Well, naturally, it's been very different. We were on track kind of at the turn of Christmas to report a small financial surplus coming into 2021. Obviously that was pre-COVID-19, and that business plan for 2021 has been replaced by our business recovery plan. And I think the first phase of that recovery plan has obviously been to respond to the initial problem, which was 100% removal of all our trading income. So the key things that we did from the outset were, and obviously you remember yourself, was to furlough around 240 staff.
Hopefully the assurances we gave around the 100% gave our employees something that they could, I guess, relax about in amongst all of the other things that they were concerned about in their lives, and I felt quite strongly about doing that, as did the rest of the SMT.
It's been what I would describe, and I'm sure many other people would describe, as a bit of a juggling act, because it's not just a case of doing your work as usual in a home environment. A lot of work has changed, the focus has changed a lot.
I think we all got to grips with, I don't know how many different methods of video conferencing, and they all have different ways of working and muting yourself and turning the camera on and off and the like. So once I decided on what my background was going to be at home, because we've all done that.
We were also, if we go back to last year's AGM, we were coming off winning Social Enterprise of the Year. We've also had some other good news in terms of Silver Standard with In Sport, the disability programme that Sports Development have led on.
It's not just about our work, we're presenting work on behalf of all the staff from Aura and everything that's going on, and that's what's been really different this time, I think, and really significant, is that it's been a real team effort across the organisation, that there's so much going on. It was more difficult picking the examples that we were presenting to panel. So proud of the team, proud of everyone that's been involved in everything, really. As cheesy as that really does sound, but yeah, it's a huge achievement, and it's a national award, so it puts us on par with a few other local authorities across Wales.
Obviously Wes won Swimming Teacher of the Year.
It's quite a surreal thing, really. It's quite a shock. But it's quite nice to be recognised after being in the industry for so long. I'm not sure a lot of people knew who we were, but I think being nominated and shortlisted down to the top 3 just shows how far we've come.
And obviously we've been named North East Wales Fun Football Provider of the Year as well.
It was nice to send it over to the coach as well, because obviously they haven't been doing anything, had they, for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So it was nice to get it over to Gary as well, to all his hard work's paying off. And obviously we've got great facilities as well, so it's I think the combination of all that and the rapport that the coaches have with the kids is really good. The kids follow them wherever leisure centre they go to as well, so it's really pleasing.
We were quite surprised that we won it, but it was just good for the team to get recognition of the work they do. So just before we obviously went down into lockdown, we hosted the sort of Knife Crime Festival and Drugs Festival, and then after that what we've done is we have provided them with 3 months membership at Aura, so they can use the gyms, sort of stuff like that. We can still engage with them and just try and give them an option to not be involved in that sort of activity, and they've got a safe place to go and be involved in.
Okay, hello everybody and welcome to Bailey Hill. We're at the top end of the High Street in Mould, and this is being converted into a multi-purpose community space. We've got public toilets are going in at the side, there's an office building, and if you fancy it, the flat upstairs will be available for rent later on. Now we're up on what was the Victorian bowling green, and this area is going to be a performance space. So there's going to be a very relaxed amphitheatre made out of earthworks over in the corner, and you'll be able to sit and watch theatre in the round. It's going to be a nice stage right in the middle, and so you can either perform this way or that way for summer festivals and things. And the main thing is to interpret the history, and that's where it's got really exciting. So I'm standing on the remains of a Norman wall that we didn't know was here. So this dates to, we reckon, probably late 11th, maybe early 12th century, so around about 1200. So having found the wall on this side, we now reckon an equivalent wall is quite likely to be over there behind the hedge. and that was where there was an isolation hospital in the 1920s and 1930s. So Richard from Play and I are working on a complete redevelopment of the play area. It's going to be a castle-themed play area. So we need to know whether there's any archaeology under there before we go any further. Or laughingly, I think the plague pit's under there, but no. We reckon there might be another wall if we're very lucky. So that's where we're going to move to next. That's going to happen in the next month or so.